Hey, this is Clint from CT Mad Mods, and this week, we got another one. We're doing an engine swap in a Suzuki Samurai. Let's go. We got another one. This one came in hot. We seen this one on Marketplace and did a post and said, would anybody be interested in buying my Suzuki Samurai? I reached out to him immediately. And then he said, well, I don't really want to sell it. I want to do an engine swap. He says something's wrong with it. We're just kind of looking it over. We don't see any holes in the block, so I think we're going to try and get this sucker started. Kevin's going to try and turn her over, see if the block's seized. There's no oil in it.
Oh, she turns.
Oh, she turns. All right, well.
Not very easily, but yeah, it turns over.
Battery's from 2015, so I don't know what's going on here. But worst case scenario, I got the engine that came out of mine. I know that one's good. It's got a Toyota 3K on it. Maybe we'll just throw her in there.
Throw some oil in it?
I think we ought to. Throw some oil in it, put a battery charger on it, crank it up, see what happens.
It's kind of milky.
So we don't know anything about this. It just showed up. He said do an engine swap. We're gonna try and crank it and see what happens. We're gonna throw a little bit of oil in it, see if we can get it cranked over. We're gonna give it a try. Okay. We're at 13.1. Oh, let me get my little starter button. Getting fuel. Did it get you glasses?
Yeah. My whole face and everything. I just want to see if rockets are moving. It sounds weird.
Yeah, it does sound weird.
They're moving.
My next thought was, is the timing belt still there? But if they're moving, that sure is a lot of smoke. Woo!
Wow.
What kind of blow by is it?
The good kind.
Yeah.
It's exhausting in the wrong spot.
That was wild.
I don't think that's moving. It has to be moving.
It has to be moving. They're moving. So, Huh.
That's a lot of crankcase ventilation.
Yes, sir. You all right?
Yeah.
I scared you more than anything.
Yeah, I did. Sound perfectly normal until I did that.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Not even all.
That's like zero compression. Got a valve stuck open
Right.
for it to go.
Okay, well.
Could pull the valve cover off of it.
Yeah, let's pull that valve cover off. See what it's doing.
Got a valve hung open about 3/4 inch.
10 mil?
Totally.
Brother, ew. Snake her out of there. Woo! Oh, there's rust. Look how much rust is on these.
There's a lot of water in there.
Yep. I wonder if they hydrolocked it or something.
That one's open.
Well, it should be 1 and 4 at the same time, and then 2 and 3 at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's how they fire. But look how much rust that is.
Push your button again.
Yeah, hang on. Don't get too close. That is, sorry.
Yeah, there's water in that big time.
Yep. Yeah, look at that. That's water. They must have hydrolocked this thing.
It's cooked if you look down at the cam.
Yeah. She rough. Gross. All right, well,
Tear it apart.
it's coming out. I guess we're pulling an engine.
We're pulling it in.
Cool. Looks like somebody left it outside or hydrolocked it or something. It's got lots of rust.
That's gnarly.
So, okay. Well, all right. So I guess we're pulling an engine tonight. Me and old Tracker Gang Kevin. Same stuff, different day. This is a sweet little rig. Let's check it out. Yeah. I'll turn these keys off, I guess. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a little rust hole right here. It's got the rear seat. Boy. I really like this little rig. I've been looking for one in similar shape, a tin top, not lifted. That color gray, I like that. I'd love to own this little thing. So, it's got some little dings and dents. Somebody knows how to latch the hood. I like the little lines that it's got on it. The decals. So, all right, we're pulling an engine tonight. It's a cool little rig. I want to build one like this for my wife. Put a 1.6 liter 16 valve in it. Kind of like Kyle's.
Like an automatic.
Yeah, with an automatic and that muffler. You got to have the muffler.
This battery says it's at 100%.
Yeah, it was cranking right over. I leave for a couple of minutes and Kevin's already taking it apart. It's gonna be out in a few minutes.
Now I'll add that in.
Yeah. Kevin drained the oil and that's what was in there. It says water. That was pretty quick. When you got two people working on something, it goes fast. So we're about to rip this sucker out of here.
We need another setup like this.
Oh, another big bolt.
Out of the bolt bin.
Okay. Hold up. Hold up. You got the big bolt on this side. Okay.
I'm just going to separate it.
Yep. Basically, let me see if I can fit a pry bar in there. There it goes. Hey, clutch looks good, dude.
Dude, the tranny looks brand new. Minus all the oil all over.
Holy moly donuts. Man, that clutch looks good. Hey, what in the world happened to this thing? Somebody was fixing it up. Took it out to Jim Creek and filled it with water. Oh, I see.
Hung up right there.
Yeah, it's hung up right there. Oop. Here, I'll
Just pull that motor mount.
We could.
Oh.
Hold up. The whole engine is clean. Like, what in the world?
Look at all this though.
Right.
Head gasket.
Oh, there's some greasiness in that clutch. But the clutch looks super clean. What a shame. Huh. Clean, clean. All right,
Ready?
we're pulling it out. This thing has a brand new clutch on it. That clutch is brand new. Look at that. They have a lot going on here that looks new. Like that alternator looks new. The water pump on the front looks new. The engine mounts look new. I don't know what happened. Obviously it was full of water, so something happened. That water pump doesn't look old. So somebody was doing something. Probably drove it to Jim Creek and filled it with water. All right, get you up to speed. I threw the engine mounts from the old engine onto, this is the old engine that came out of my Samurai. So it's got the Toyota 3K. It's all tuned up. It's ready to go. So we should be able to just plug and play. Threw his alternator on there. We're gonna use his starter, engine mounts. They all look new. His clutch, and we're just gonna throw it all together real quick and let her rip, Tater Chip. It's pretty wild how clean this thing looks. So it looks to me like somebody had just put a new motor in this Samurai and then went and blew it up. That's just my guess. Okay, so we swapped over his pulley, his alternator. His engine mounts look brand new. We threw that clutch in there. Everything's torqued down. We're ready to go back in. Let's go. Okay, we're going back in. Setting her back in there. Yeah, we got them up in the air because we can't get this transmission started. So, got the engine mounts on. We're gonna mess with this transmission, get her popped in. Kevin's taking them bolts off on the mount.
Does that loosen it up enough? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dynamite. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I thought you said you people.
No,
And I was wondering where you went with that.
no, I see people bitching.
I was gonna say, what do you mean by you people?
Hey, just found your problem. Pilot.
Oh,
You guys have two pilots in the same hole.
yeah.
This guy right here, he knows his
Huh?
shit, man.
Yes, right here.
You see the little pilot? Yeah. Same hole on the transmission.
Oh yeah, he's got one in the transmission.
There's your problem.
God dog it. Got her in. Kevin's putting lube in the transmission. Well, we got the transmission bolted up finally. Whew, that was a chore. We figured out that one of them stupid dowel pins was in the wrong place.
And they were in the same place on the transmission and
Right.
the motor.
So the dowel pins were hitting each other. We fought with it and fought with it. We finally pulled the engine out and stabbed the transmission out on the ground. Didn't film that, but just know that we failed.
Always check the dowel pins.
We tried. We found one of them. We were like, hey, we got to put this dowel pin in. We just didn't see the other side. Anyways, that's going to be a wrap for tonight. We're going to the house. We got the engine in. We got the transmission in. It's sitting there, but we got to do all the connections. Everything's bolted up. We just have to do like the fuel and figure out an air breather. I'm not sure what we're going to do. He had some kind of hokey little deal, but we're going to.
What did you have on yours?
I had the top hat,
Oh,
which I think we have part of one over
we
there.
have the top hat.
Yeah, but we don't have the rest of it.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we're probably going to put a stock Suzuki Samurai intake on that thing. We'll figure it out tomorrow. But just like that, and just like that, we're back. Kevin got here a little bit before I did, and he's hooking up exhaust. I just hooked up all the fuel lines, capping little things off. I'm hooking up the starter currently. Hook up the alternator. We got to do the fan and throw the fluids in it. Stick a radiator in it. It's coming right along. And of course, you know we got some help. We pretty much have everything hooked up. Kevin's inside right now, working on the shifter and all the little bits and pieces that we got to do inside. We got the exhaust hooked up. We still need to hook the exhaust pipe up. It was full of like oil and grease and water and whatever. It was nasty. So we drained that out and cleaned it out. I guess Kevin pressure washed it. But check out this little rig. Pretty sweet little rig, man. We're about to crank it up here in a second. Believe it or not, we're putting oil in this rig. We're about to do startup. It's just about go time. We're putting the exhaust back together. There's that other bolt. Almost done. Exhaust is in. Kevin's putting on the dust cover on the back of the engine there. Ronan's playing with a cap.
Okay. I think we're done down here.
I think so too. Everything looks tight. Get that. He's got a whole pile of them over here. Get it, buddy. All right, we're coming down.
See if we can get it to it.
Yeah, we were dealing with clicky start yesterday.
Nothing. I don't even got a click.
Wonder if that battery's dead. Let me put the jumper on it. All right, so we just checked to make sure that we're getting spark, and we're getting spark. Kevin just threw some gas in the carb. We don't know if there's any gas in it, but we gotta hook this up.
Like that. Thing's leaking gas all over. Look at all the gas back here.
Okay. All right, we've been sitting here messing with it, and I think we had the firing order backwards or something. We've been messing with 16 Vs too much.
Yeah.
So the firing order is 1342, and we had it backwards somehow, which doesn't make sense because this came out of mine and it was running. But we verified that the rotor's pointing at the number 4 cylinder right now. We just made sure that it's on top dead center, and we're about to crank her off. So is the key on?
Nope.
We know we're getting spark. We know we're getting fuel. Now let's see if the firing order's right. We took time it apart just to verify. Firing order is wrong. Well, that's why you diagnose, right?
Verify.
That sucker runs good. I hear a,
Got a little mess, but
oh, it's, choke was choked. Oh, it runs even better. Heck yeah, dude. Awesome. Okay. So he has the clicky start issue. We're gonna have to put a push button in line to get this thing running. Cool. All right.
have a push button here?
Just take 2 pieces of red wire and twist them together. No, we don't have a push button here. Cool. All right, well, we know it runs. That's all he wanted, right? Mm-hmm. Just get it running.
Our job's done.
He had so much oil in that tailpipe, I guarantee you that's gonna smoke forever.
Oil and coolant.
Wow. Whew.
I need more. Where's the rest of
I said, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Anyways, putting the timing back together. Set off the fire alarms. Kevin's opening doors, trying to air it out. That was wild. We got the radiator back in, and I'm about to fill it with fluid, tighten up the alternator. Starter's ready to go. He's having clicky start issues, so we're probably gonna have to put a push button in line so he can start it. Kevin's messing with the reservoir. Almost back together. Let's put some antifreeze in it. This thing smokes like crazy.
Yeah.
There's so much oil and sludge in his exhaust, and Kevin took a pressure washer to it and tried to clean it all out. But we're gonna start it up here in a minute. We set off all the fire alarms. We put a hose going outside, so we'll start it here in a minute and we'll look at it. We got some coolant. This thing's gonna smoke. We going hot? Yeah. Woo, starts right up, that's for sure.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet, huh? Oh, it's starting to come.
Yeah.
I bet you once it warms up.
Yep.
Smoke show. Boy, it runs great.
It didn't really suck any out. That's empty though.
Homie's gonna need a push button. Who put windshield wiper fluid in this thing? Full.
Ain't got no wipers.
Kevin put some brake fluid in it. Yeah, buddy. Hold up, Kevin, hold up. All right. God, that thing's dead on. Man, people are gonna be stopping. Woo! That's wild. God dang, Kevin. Golly. That is wild. Whoop. She smoked. What you think of that, buddy? Huh? Runs really good, Kevin. Good job, man. All right, I guess we're gonna let this sucker burn off. I call that a win. We just have to put a push button, so I guess I'm gonna run down to the auto parts store and get a push button for it. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna hand it back to Arthur. Look at that smoke. Mosquito Man. Golly. Cool. We got the oil slick Exxon Valdez going here. But Kevin's been letting it sit here and run. I ran and grabbed a push button. We're gonna put a push button start in here. It's starting to kind of clear up. Kevin said it's not running hot, so that's a good sign. Heck yeah. All right, so we're sitting here building a push button for the starter because he's got the clicky start. It won't start, so I'm building a push button for it. But we just heard that Donald Trump just got an assassination attempt on him, on his life. And man, that was pretty wild. So I don't know what's going on in this world, but that's kind of crazy. Glad they didn't kill him. So here's what's going on. I've got a fuse red wire. It goes into the cab, and we got a push button. And then this one, I'm gonna put a female terminal on the end of it. And then on the starter, I've got this little guy right here. This is gonna slip on the starter, and then this starter wire right here is gonna slip onto that, and then he'll have a push button start. All right, so here's what I was talking about. There's that little piece that's gonna slide onto the starter. And so we have a red wire, it's going into the cab. It's gonna be hooked direct to the battery. Kevin's got the push button, and on the other end, it's got two connections. We're just gonna put those two wires to those two connections, and then he drilled a hole in the,
Be like this.
yep, drilled a hole, and so we're gonna have a push button. All right, we're gonna test the push button, turn the key on. Heck yeah. Push button works. Cool. Try shutting it off. All right. We safe. I think Ronan approves. So we just put him a push button in here. You can see it right there. You can turn the key on and hit the push button. Starts right up. Perfect. Look, his little clock's even working. Crazy. I think we have a full Samurai air breather set up out in the valley. Don't know that.
We got a couple of them.
We probably got a couple of them, he says. So I think that'd be the move, because then you could use the stock
That's what these are, right?
locations, and yeah, stock air breather, and then this would all kind of go together with the stock air breather, and it'd look clean. Well, what do you think?
I think we're done.
Yes, sir. Like DJ Khaled said, another one. Cool. Crank it up, Kevin. Let's see it run. Got the push button. Didn't even time it. Didn't even time it. So, hey, maybe we need to do a little test run around the shop.
Let's make sure we shut the hood.
This is rule number 1. You're driving. Yep. Ooh. We don't need seat belts.
We die like real men.
That's right. The brakes work? Okay. Spider. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not smoking from that.
I'm telling you, that's gonna wear all that smoke out of there. Oh, she's a runner. She's a runner. She's a track star. Another one in the books. How many hours did we put in on that? 8? We had an issue.
3 last night.
Yeah.
4.
We had an issue with the transmission. One of them dowel pins was still stuck in the transmission, and it had the same dowel pin on the engine block, and we didn't see it. We went ahead and just pulled the engine out. But this is my old engine, and man, it runs great. This is where Kyle's hood came up.
Going the other way.
It runs pretty good. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, if you watched this far, thanks for watching my video, and catch us on the next one. All right, y'all, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching my video.